Some of our community's most well-known movement leaders, elected officials, and advocates for change from the civil rights era through the last decade, from the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, the Freedom Riders, the Black Panthers, and to the Dreamers and BLM movement, all began their journeys at a very young age.
Data shows over and over again that all the movements that have made massive improvements in this country and in this world have been led by young people. And so I think we're not tapping right now enough of the young folks in this country, in this state, and in this world that we need to be tapping to help us problem solve.
Young people are poised to lead. They're the boldest among us. But we've also have to remember that there's organizations that are supporting them in finding their own voice and giving them the tools to impact change. The youth organizing groups that YPF has funded really take this approach that includes youth development. Youth development is really central to supporting the well-being of young people.
The Boldest Among Us is the recognition that not only our young people have led in the past, they are continuing to lead, and they will also lead in the future. And so how do we, as funders, as organizers, uplift and support that work?
And I would say at the heart of it, the Boldest Among Us is a call to action, right? We are in a moment that is not a new moment, but an inflection point. We're in a regime that's attacking our communities. And so the call to action is calling on our philanthropic community to really get behind the investment in building power by, with, and for young people.
Maybe what you want is not to dismantle power hierarchies. Maybe what you want is to be on top of it. Sit with that for a second, then get over that in a faster second and start moving. We need to de-white supremacy the way that we understand power. Power is also in love. Power is in care. Power is in nurture. So holding power and holding authority doesn't mean you get to wield it over other people. It means that you get to reinvest it into people and give them the resources they need to accomplish it,
There is an absolute sophistication and understanding of power of systems and the solutions. And so we just have to get out of the way of young people and humble ourselves and trust and recognize that we need to yield whatever power, whatever resources are in our control and let young people lead.
We need to many times follow the lead of the youth who are bringing not only themselves, but bringing in their family. And I think that's what philanthropy can really benefit from in terms of when talking to the community organizing ecosystem of a region is making sure that youth are not only understood as a part of the family unit, but many times they're the leaders of family units.
Youth leadership is not like putting the weight of the world on young people's shoulders. Youth leadership is letting them pick up the pieces that they want to help carry, lifting it off of them when you need to and when you can, and allowing them to help carry the load.
Philanthropy in the nonprofit sector orients itself as if it's committing charity versus solidarity. Young people don't need charity. Youth organizations don't need charity. We need solidarity. And this model of forcing young people to prove themselves over and over again for scraps and for very restrictive dollars and very limited amounts of time is actually counterproductive.
That seesaw of funding in and funding out and being attacked and responding is not a sustainable one. In order to get out of that cycle, we need to think in new and different ways, and we need to be willing to make mistakes.
When young people closest to the challenges also shape the solutions, funding becomes more responsive, more relevant, and ultimately more effective. That's one of the reasons why, YPF exists, to demonstrate that trusting young people isn't just the right thing to do, it's the smartest way to do philanthropy.
With immense challenges, there are also amazing opportunities to rebuild. And this is that moment, not only for us to stop authoritarianism in our country, but to rebuild the things that have historically harmed our community and really put forth something new.
We need folks who are willing to match the boldness of young people in believing that we can call out the harm that is happening and that we also have the capability to build something different and better for our communities.
The Youth Power Fund is incredibly important, it's incredibly timely, and it's incredibly exciting. We're pushing back against the status quo. We're no longer waiting for someone else's strategic plan to influence our work. Rather, we're saying, we're driving the strategy here because we know what is necessary in this moment, but also we have a clear vision of what it is that we're building 5-10 years from now.